Hello, so let's go do a demo on the case study tool. So you can use the data from the assignment that we did in class, the SSAS. But today we're going to go and look another data that we can use for our case study too. So I have posted in Blackboard, let me see this data. Okay. I have posted the wide world importers DW, this data warehouse here. And actually I'm going to look at the sales fact table. And if I open this and I look at the keys, I see that I have city, customer, delivery date, invoice date, salesperson, stock item. You also have fact order, fact movement, fact stocks, transaction, and so forth. So you can use any fact table there. So we're going to use this fact table to create a SSIS and maybe see the city, the region, the quantity, our product, how much we sold, and so forth. So let's go and open our SSDT tools. There you go. I'm going to create a project, and it's going to be, if you have everything closed here, just open the install and look for analysis services, multidimensional here. Multiple analysis service, multidimensional, and data mining. So I'm going to call here SCS2, that's for course case study 2 underscore sales. All right. All right, so here it is. So the first thing that we need to do is connect our project to the server and to our data warehouse. So here I'm going to delete because, and let's pretend you don't have anything there. So we're going to create a data source based on existing connection. We're going to create new. Here we are going to either paste or find the server. I'll take a few minutes. You know, this takes time. Let's go wait for the connection. Okay, our connection's there. Now I'm going to connect to the database. It's going to be my Y World Importers DW. I say OK, and I'm going to click next. Here is very important that you put your username. The one is administrative privileges and the password that you have in your computer. All right, so I'm going to leave the same name, and here is my connection. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a view, and I'm going to use the same connection. I don't have to do a new one. Here I'm going to select the sales fact table, and I'm going to click related tables, and out of that I'm going to take the stock item because I don't really want to know anything about the stock. So you can leave it, it's up to you, or you can select another table. So I'm going to do gonna call this, I'm gonna call this sales view, because a view and finish. And here I have my view. So that's my view. Great. So remember to take screenshots, look at the data that's inside so you can figure it out. What questions can you ask from this data? The next step is to create a cube. So I'm going to go here to my cube. I'm going to create a new cube. I'm going to use the existing tables. I'm going to actually use the view to populate. I'm going to say suggest, and it's only going to select the fact table, not the dimensions. So employee, customer day, and city are the dimensions connecting to our fact table cells. Here, now actually stock item key, I really need this and this. I'm going to take this too because I don't want it to have extra um, things. All right. That I'm not interested in. Okay, let's see. So we're going to call this cells cube and we're going to finish. So we created the cube here, and now we're going to add the dimensions, and very careful when you add in the dimensions. So I'm going to double click to my dimensions, and I already have the date is actually the key. So make sure that you do not copy that key date. Go all the way to the bottom, select shift and grab it there. And make sure that none of the data has a red squiggly line, and close it, save it, and move forward. So please close it, save it, and then move forward. All right. All right. So now we're going to move to employee. Grab this here. None of that. Oh, I have a photo here. Oh, look, the photo has a red line, so I'm going to delete it. All right, so I'm going to close it and save it. Now I'm going to do my customer. Let's see, do I have any red lines? No, so I'm going to close it, save it. Now I'm going to do the city again. Do I have? Okay, the location also has a squiggly line, so I'm going to delete the data there. I'm going to close it and save it. And then, the cells, we don't need to do it. That's the fact table. I'm sorry. All right. So don't do the cells. Okay. So we did the date, employee, customer, and city. All right. So before I deploy this, I want to make sure that I go to properties. I go into deployment, and here I have localhost. So I actually going to open this again to copy my server name. Best practice, you should just copy and put it in a notepad so you don't have to go over it and keep opening and closing. Okay, so I put that my server. Here's my cube. So I'm going to deploy the cube. I'm going to deploy. There is this little process here, or you can go here and deploy. So I'm going to use the process here. I'm going to say yes. I'm deploying for the first time. So here, deploy complete, and I'm going to run it. And if you don't have any errors, if you really took your time doing this, you look at the data, you follow the steps, you should not have any errors. Proceed successful. So I'm going to close this, close and close, minimize this, and I'm going to go to my database. I'm going to close it and open as an administrator now. So I'm going to go to my tools. I'm going to right click here, more, run as administrator. And actually I'm going to select analysis services and I'm going to connect. You can only connect to the analysis services if you're running this as an administrator. So I believe it's case study 2 cells. Let me see, cube, cells cube measurement. And here I'm going to the report and see if everything works properly. So when I look at this, it says process. So that works perfectly. Take a screenshot of this and all of your process. I'm going to close it up. Now I'm going to open Excel, and I'm going to use that cube to create reports of my data. So what can I find? Find out about my data. Many things. So everybody else is going to use a different type of data, different, aspect of your data. You can use different tables. You can ask different things. So I'm going to select data, get data from database analysis services. Here I had to paste here my server. Next. And now here I'm going to look for that. If you deploy correctly, you should have your cube here. Next, and then finish. And you're going to say, okay, and there you go. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's say, I want to look for the region. And then in the region, I wanted to know, no, not region, sales territory. And then city. All right. And then I wanted to know, I mean, the quantity that I sold and the sales. So that'll be one type, and then you can do the pivot chart. Okay. And then you have some data about the cities, the quantity, and the sales count. And then you can add more data to it for, let's see, employee, the dates, the sales key, country, let me see, sales count, total due profit. I think this is one of them. Tax amount. You can select another data for, let's say you want to know the product, right? You should get another data. Sales, in sales, preference, name, wallet, employee. Um, So, no, that doesn't make any sense. So you should look for the data here, create pivot charts, and analyze, create some pivot charts, some different types of charts here for your data. All right, so and then explain what is the purpose of your in one line or two, the purpose of your your analysis of your data. All right, so good luck.